Lads, we've got some excellent news, and to celebrate, I went back and I played some BF4 because this game still absolutely slaps. And once again, there's a massive sale on Steam for all of the Battlefield games. They're like $2 or $3 right now, so a lot of people are playing Battlefield games again, and there's a ton on BF4. And I found a server on Lumpini Garden. This is a great map. I love this map, and I just absolutely went frying with the MPX. I haven't played BF4 in a while, but it's always such a treat. But basically, you've probably seen by now, Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed until May next year. May 2020. We got to wait a whole another year for GTA 6, man. I mean, they're cooking, right? So it's done when it's done. They could release that game in another 5 years and it would still sell like hotcakes. But the reason that this is interesting for Battlefield is because, I don't know if you guys remember back in February of this year, I did cover it in the video. EA had their earnings call. First one of 2025, and Andrew Wilson, the CEO of Electronic Arts, said the following: "That being said, we've invested more in this Battlefield than any Battlefield before. We have 4 studios, we've had a meaningful amount of time. We're looking for this to be the biggest Battlefield we've ever made. And we of course want to make sure that we launch that into a window where we can deliver on the fullness of the promise of what Battlefield can be and grow the community to a level that is commensurate with the size of the game that we're making." He continued, "I do believe that this year might be a nuanced year relative to competition. There may be some things happening in the year that may cause us to think differently about our launch timing. We have a fiscal year 26 launch window that the team is targeting. We believe the game will be great and ready at that time. But if we got close to that time frame and believed that this wasn't going to be a great window for us, then we would take a look at what an alternate window might be that would give us the appropriate time, energy, and player acquisition opportunity for this Battlefield to be all that it needed to be." The major consideration here was obviously Grand Theft Auto 6. He didn't specifically name it, but other games companies have come out and said this too, that they were kind of waiting to see what was going to happen with Grand Theft Auto 6 because they planned to release this fall, which would have been an October release, I'd guess. And you guys know how much of a planet-killing asteroid GTA 6 is. The months before it and the months after it, when it releases, are just all consumed by GTA. So if you're a game coming out, then you're kind of screwed, regardless of if you're single player or multiplayer. They've got all the attention, the news, the media. If people can only afford one game in that month, especially if they're going up to like $80, $90 now, they're going to buy GTA 6. But it's been delayed. So that means maybe, potentially, nothing's been confirmed yet. There is an investors call next week for EA. Maybe there'll be an announcement about when the new BF's going to be released there. Maybe we'll actually get the game in October, November this year now. Traditionally, they'll announce the game in May or June. They'll have a beta in August, September, and then the game will come out October, November. I think the only main Battlefield game that didn't do that was Hardline, which, if I recall, released in March. I don't know if that was delayed. Was it delayed? Maybe? Or perhaps they just decided to release that game in March. But you know what I mean? Like, it comes out October, November. It's a fall game. When more people are indoors, they're gearing up for Christmas. They got a bit of money saved up. They got more time to sit and play games. However, things are a bit different with Battlefield 6 because it's already been announced. And of course, if you've if you've been following the leaks or games media, you know what it is. You've seen what it looks like. You've seen how it plays. And officially, the new game was revealed in September last year. It's a bit wild, really, and it was just an interview with IGN and Vince Zampella. Some details about the game, modern day, going back to classes, back to what makes Battlefield Battlefield. You know what was said in the interview. And they also announced that playtesting would start in the spring of the new year. Vince said, "We have a program that we're going to announce next year around getting more community in, because that's kind of the core of what we have to do, get the community back on our side, get the trust back," he says. Spring 2025 came around, BF Labs was announced, and we're almost at the end of spring now. There's been several playtests based on the leaks. We've seen a few maps already. We know that Pinch of Salt, based on the data mining, there's multiplayer, Battle Royale, Portal, a new mode called Gauntlet, single player campaign. We know what most of the maps are, we know what most of the guns are, the vehicles, the gadgets. If you look for it, it's all out there. It's just that right now there hasn't been a big reveal event. The game doesn't officially even have a name. And based on the replies to a question I asked in my last video about your casual gamer friends, have they heard about the next BF? Do they know about these leaks? A lot of people said no, they actually don't. They'll wait for the true reveal, or they'll wait for an open beta, and then they'll start looking into it and perhaps getting interested. So BF6 potentially now will release this year. Grand Theft Auto 6 is out of the way until next May. So if it does release this year, there's some positives and negatives, bit of good, bit of bad. Is it a good thing? Well, we don't know for sure. I think it's a good thing in terms of if you're somebody who's a big Battlefield fan. There hasn't been a new BF release since November 2021 when BF 2042 came out, and a lot of core Battlefield players did not like that game at all. It didn't feel like a classic Battlefield game. It had the specialists, there were a ton of bugs, missing a load of features. The vibe was in the future, it didn't feel like modern combat. It didn't hit the spot for a lot of people, and before that, BF5, terrible launch. Yes, they fixed it up a lot and released some absolute banging maps and gameplay with the Pacific content, but then after that it was cancelled. They started work on 2042. So for many fans of the series, the last truly great Battlefield game, in my opinion, I know not everyone liked it, was 2016 with Battlefield 1. And if you didn't like that, well, before that you had Hardline, and then before that BF4. BF3 and BF4 still really fun to this day. I mean, I was playing this earlier just a couple hours ago. BF4 is a great modern military shooter even today. 12 years old this game is, and still incredibly fun. I digress. So it'll be a good thing in terms of you'll be able to play a new Battlefield game sooner. Based on the leaks, based on the information, it looks like it's ticking a lot of boxes. It looks like an updated version of BF3 and BF4, 64 players, actual modern combat with modern weapons like the M4, the AK. Destruction looks insane from what we've seen. More of a gritty, realistic tone to it. Certainly some red flags in the leaked footage that I've seen, but work in progress. The whole point of BF Labs is that it's playtesting. Things can change based on feedback. The game might end up being amazing. It might end up being terrible. We don't know. But if it comes out this year, you could play it sooner. That's the good thing. Bad things next. And I do feel like these kind of outweigh the positives because there's so many question marks right now. One major concern with the GTA 6 news is that the guys at the top of EA go, okay, and they rub their hands together. Now it's time. Now we're going to release in October, November this year. GTA 6 isn't going to be around to take our cake and eat it. You guys have got to start grinding, finish the game off, make sure we can release it in October. Ultimately, that might not be enough time. This is a major concern for me because if, God forbid, if this game releases and day one, there's a ton of bugs and server problems and game breaking issues and glitches, long neck guy returns. Oh man, I don't. That might be it. Like that might actually be it. They can't afford to rush it. They just can't afford to. And I hope that that opening, that window with GTA 6 out the way, isn't too tempting to the CEO and the guys at the top that they forego the quality of the game just to get it out sooner when there's more of a better window for it. Perhaps I'm being a bit too pessimistic here. Perhaps I'm being a bit too negative. And maybe the game will release in October, November this year and be amazing and everything will work perfectly. I'm not Mystic Meg, I don't know. But if it releases this year now, October, November, let's think about it. We've got the rest of May, June, 2 months. Sweden take the whole of July off. That's gone. They just go, you know, we're going on holiday. Fair play. August, September. So it might be 4 to 5 months before the game's out. Will that be enough time? The BF Labs stuff, they say, is pre-alpha. We've seen the leaks of it. Some of it looks rough. Some of these features are important features like gun customization that they've only just started testing based on the leaked information. And I just want them to release the game when it's done. That's all I'm asking for. It's done when it's done. Gabe, Half-Life 3. Do a Half-Life 3 with the next Battlefield. Don't rush it out the door, right? If it needs another 6 months, if it needs another year, let it cook. Because as a fan, I mean, I've always been a BF fan since BF 1942. I've literally played every single game apart from Modern Combat on the Xbox. I would love a solid Battlefield game to play again that's feature rich, that just works, that has nice regular updates. I think that's what a lot of us are asking for. And I reckon that most of the BF fans out there would rather the game come later than it be released early and it has a ton of bugs and problems. That's how I feel about it anyway. Let me know how you feel down in the comments below. We'll see. It's going to be an exciting year either way. And can we just appreciate BF4 again? I had such a blast playing this afternoon. Really stood the test of time. Great map design, teamwork, interesting gunplay. Everything still just seems to gel really well together. Anyways, as I mentioned, thoughts below. Drop me a like if you enjoyed the video. Dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you're new here. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.